Hello, everyone, and welcome to Anime Static, the podcast where we discuss various anime series and recap new English dub premieres. I'm your host, Ryan Brodsky, and I'm joined by my co-host, Brenda McCabe.
Hey.
Today we will be discussing My Hero Academia Episode 23, Pokemon Sun and Moon Episode 12, and Attack on Titan Episode 31. So, starting with My Hero Academia, Todoroki versus Midoriya in the tournament.
Oh, continuing with the tournament arc, yeah.
Yeah. So, what did you think of this week's episode?
It's interesting because it was laid out as, like, right from the beginning that, if they win their first matches, like, they're going to play each other, like, right off the bat.
Yeah.
And there's, 16 of them? 16, like
in the
contest. It's the final 16, right? Or
like in this round or the total tournament?
in the final, in the 1v1s.
I think it was 16. I think so. I think you're right. It was something around there, yeah.
Something like that. It was just interesting that they plotted this to be like so soon instead of like the finals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they put them up against like really early.
Mm-hmm.
You expected this to be the final, you know?
Right. This could very well be a final match, definitely, because Todoroki. I mean, he's one of the kids that got into what is it, Hero?
He got into the Hero School or whatever.
Yeah, it's got a name though, right? Oh my gosh, it's so bad.
It's the Hero Academia. He got into Hero Academia. It's the name of the school. It's like
gosh, this is so bad. How do I know?
Hero Academy or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that. But yeah, he was on recommendation.
Yeah, one of the two on recommendation.
Yeah.
The other girl on recommendation's already out.
It was three.
It was three?
3 people got in a recommendation. I think.
They didn't say.
They didn't say.
Oh.
They haven't said it. Keep me a secret because it's so.
Oh wow! Okay.
It's such a big deal.
Right. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, the other girl, one's already out, and he's the last one, and he's obviously seems like it's him, Kachan. That's what.
Deku calls him.
That's what Deku calls him.
Yeah.
And
Bakugo.
Then Bakugo, yes. And then Todoroki and Bakugo definitely look to be the heavy favorites in this one, like by far. And so putting Midoriya up against Todoroki right off the, not right off the bat, but like really close to the beginning, is like, okay, this is. I like it because it doesn't make you wait the whole tournament to see like a really good fight.
It's not just like, all right, the next round, all right, this is all we know he's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
No. It was kind of like, all right, their first round or second round, I guess technically they're gonna face each other.
Yeah, and the whole backstory they do with Todoroki and everything, and his dad and
this
Endeavor.
is a lot about Todoroki and like his.
Because that was the title of the episode, right? It was like
Shoto Todoroki origin.
Yeah. So it was like his background story, his
all
mom,
about
his
him,
dad,
and like why he wants to be a hero.
Right.
So
So that much is cool. I like when
did you like
when they do battles and then they show both sides and like, why does this person want to be a hero? I think that's really
where
cool.
they give their whole backstory. They like attack and then they wait and they're like, all right, well here's my story. Here's how I got here.
Yeah.
You like that?
I do. With Todoroki, they haven't done it. They didn't do it all in one episode. They kind of did it in like.
They've been hinting at Todoroki and
So they've kind of given glimpse of Endeavor's his dad.
Yeah.
He only wants to use his right side. They've slowly but surely given you bits and pieces, and then they finally show you like his memories with his mom that were really significant, and ones he remembered, ones he might have forgotten over time, and stuff like that. So that was. I just like getting to know the character and why they want to become a hero, because once you find out why, you can kind of rally behind him a little bit more, as opposed to just they're in it for the fame and the glory.
Well, no, it was good to finally get his full, mostly full backstory and stuff. And I liked it. I liked, how they, the whole thing was, his thing, he kept saying Todoroki was like, hey, if you're not gonna give it your all, like that was his like thing he was trying to say. If you're not gonna give it your all, if you're gonna only use half your power, then you don't deserve to be here. It's like, how can you say you're the best with not giving it your all?
Right.
That was the whole
was
thing.
really interesting. Yeah.
And I really like that.
Because even
like
just
an
ice quirk, I think as an ice quirk itself is like extremely powerful.
I know, it's the whole. I think it's so funny. He's half fire, half ice. It's like, I think he's full ice, full fire. Well, I don't know what about that is half.
Yeah. No,
I guess he can only use it on one hand, but yeah, it's like, no, he just has 2 superpowers.
Right.
His quirk is ice and fire.
Yeah, incredibly powerful quirks.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you. I really like the message that Midoriya was giving. Watching him fight was hard to watch sometimes, because he was like,
him just like destroying
himself. That was pretty brutal. That was, dang. It was really cool to watch because it looked like he was getting a lot better grasp on One for All. As you could see, he was using it with pretty much his legs, his arms, his fingers, all of it, right?
Even all of his ligaments. It's like all of his fingers.
Yeah. I mean, he was breaking everything, but he wasn't just using his arm. He was using his legs in that one too, which was pretty cool. So it was fun to watch him like use it like All Might does, where he jumps and runs fast and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was as hard as it was to watch him like destroy his body. It was cool to see him also push the limit, and he did new things too. Yeah, like he jumped, super jumps and stuff like that.
He did the thing because he was like being pushed off. He like flicked his thumb out of his mouth.
That was cool.
That was funny.
That was brutal, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That was like cool, I guess, to like see him like push himself and like really try and like get all that he can out of his power. It's like because he can't. He keeps hurting himself, so he's like, all right, I got to make every shot count. That's what he was saying with his fingers and stuff. But like, I mentioned to you this earlier before the podcast. But yeah, like just like the fight, like itself was just like they were just punching each other over and over again to just like see who falls down first. And I was like a little disappointed in that aspect because it's like, all right, here's like the two most like Bakugo. He's not really a skilled fighter as we can see. I mean, like he's smart. He knows what he And so it's like if we're gonna get tactical. If we're gonna get a good fight, it's gonna be between these two, and they're just kind of like punching each other until someone fell off. So I was a little disappointed in that aspect.
I mean, it can be disappointing, but I also think it's kind of fun too, just to see someone. Because sometimes
it wasn't really like a fight. It was kind of like who can withstand, and then like
right. But I mean, sometimes that's how it ends up. Like even in like in sporting events or something, where it's like two people are very cunning and very smart. Sometimes it's just like they said, a marathon match of who can withstand the most, and sometimes it ends up that way. And
I don't. I just like a little more like I don't know, creativity. Or just like I mean, like they kind of like already pushed themselves into a corner. Like just like that was the whole thing of the this whole round or this whole tournament is like it's not your traditional like you're in like a little circle, you're in like a coliseum. It's like all right, push each other out of bounds. Yeah. So it's like they're kind of asking already to be like, all right, you don't really have to like fight each other, just like push the other one out. So, yeah.
Which, I mean, at times I thought Midoriya was gonna do it, because especially when Todoroki's body was like encrusting with ice.
I really loved though, like talking about like power, creativity. I really loved every time Todoroki was pushed back, he got up a wall of ice. That was so cool. I love that. That's just like a little thing that's like you wouldn't really think about. It's like if characters are fighting, it's like, oh, yeah, they've done a good job with that. Like, earlier in season 1, Bakugo, that's like the one time, because that's like the one other like huge fight is when he shot himself around when he's fighting Deku. Yeah. And he shot himself around, they shot himself back. Yeah. That they do cool stuff like that, and I really appreciate like the little stuff. Yeah. Like, we know, they've had these powers. Their whole thing is the power, so they got to get this right on the battlefield,
Mm-hmm. It is fun to see them.
They knew what they were doing,
Yeah, use their powers in creative ways. Where like you said, they shoot like themselves. Like Bakugo shoots himself over to dodge stuff and whatnot. And every time you think he's down for the count or he's didn't see something coming, like he did, And you're just going, okay, that's cool because he's the hothead, but all of a sudden he actually
he knows how to hold himself in the fight.
Right. And so it's cool to see that. And I mean, he's not the only one. The other people are bringing a little bit more than what you would think like a 15 or 16-year-old does to a fight, where it's just like, oh, let's just run at him. Like Midoriya's like, she's like, I'm just going to run at him as hard as I can and just like hit him. And
that's what I mean, like I kind of get it though. Like Todoroki, like he's like, I just gotta end this quick. Like that was their thing that they were talking about. They're like, oh, we just gotta end it quick. So it's like, just gotta push him out. And that's what he kept doing at the beginning. It's like ice, and punch. That's like what it was. So I don't know. It's like understand why they did it that way. It's just like, it'd be cool if they, were in an actual scenario, like in a city, and they like were fighting each other. Right. That's what I really loved from like some of the stuff in Bleach is like in the later fights. Just like in the later fights when they're in the city and everything, they like use the city sometime like in fighting. I really like stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I guess it's kind of like
I don't know. It's
fighting someone in Smash with no items. You know, it's like okay, you can't use it's just like raw.
Final Destination. Here we go.
Right. Yeah.
No tricks.
So Midoriya loses. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, because he's Midoriya's gonna win the whole thing, right?
Yeah, well, okay.
He's the main character.
Well, yeah. Gosh, if they do something dumb where it's like, oh, Todoroki's disqualified and Midoriya, I'll be so mad.
No, they wouldn't do anything.
Okay, I'll be so mad. That's so dumb.
Todoroki, you used your fire side. Too bad. You said you weren't.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean that was the other. Yeah, we didn't go into this, but yeah, he uses fire side.
Yeah, so jumping into the actual the meat of this the stuff.
Izuku gets him to use his fire side and be like, you aren't, your dad. You these are your own powers. But it's like, yeah, and it's like, I kind of understood that from earlier. It's like I was thinking that to myself. It's like when he's saying like I don't want to use my right side. So it's like I kind of already made that jump in logic. Like he knows that. He just doesn't want to use it because of those reasons.
Right.
And then his dad gets all like excited, like yes.
Yeah, right.
It's gonna
and they're like, oh, apparently Endeavor is getting into it.
Yeah.
It's like interesting.
And yeah, from Todoroki, I could tell why. I'm like, oh, all right, Todoroki. I get why you don't want to use your power. Your dad's like already freaking out.
Nobody I think nobody's really upset that Todoroki doesn't want to use his dad's powers.
But yeah, I really liked it. It was good writing of him just being like, no, Midoriya is like, you can't be here and just like, I'm gonna be the best, but I'm only gonna use half my strength. It's like everyone else is giving it their all. It's like that's why he was so mad.
Right. No, I thought that was I really liked
that.
That was a good message. That was fun to watch.
Of him being like, you can't do this.
Right.
If you're gonna be here,
it's a good point behind it. It really is. All right, so that.
Yeah, and that was.
That was My Hero.
Yeah, and then he pushed him out and he used his fire power and like this and then
all the budget. He was like cement and just huge explosion.
All the budget like ice and fire like this
that was
nuclear
cool.
blast.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, and then like of course he was gonna push him out with that. Yeah, and it's funny. He's like, "Oh, should we stop the match?" All right when they're about to do the final blow, just put the cement blocks up.
And then what I'm really blanking on names. What's his face? The teacher, their teacher.
Eraserhead?
Eraserhead, yeah. He's just like, oh yeah. Then he said like the cement caused a bigger explosion or something like that.
I
like after the explosion, like everybody's face, even like the heroes on the outside that were like on security or whatever.
Like, oh.
They were just like, oh, you know what I mean? Like that that like jaw drop. I thought that was pretty cool. So, and you're going, oh, and everyone's like, oh, I should get this guy as a sidekick, I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah, pretty well, so what do you... I can't... Do you remember who's next? It was, quick guy. I don't remember his name. Too many names. Too many people.
There really are a lot of names.
He looks like...
Ida or something?
Ida.
Ida.
Yeah,
Ida, okay.
Yeah, Ida.
Yeah.
I think he's next.
I think he's next. Yeah, they preview that and at the end.
I know, I forgot. Yeah, after this, because they were the...
I don't know who he's fighting, though. Who's he fighting?
Yeah, they just showed, like, a lot of people, I think, in the preview, and it's like, all right, so now we're going to do the minor characters, and now we're going to do the
fighting next, because it's like... remember, he gets, like, that call from his mom or something, and it's, like, his brother or whatever, and he's
in
like...
In the preview episode?
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I can't let down my brother or something like that.
In the preview, yeah.
That should be interesting. He's kind of a funny character, but he's a super...
I know, I really...
Like, noble and, like, true and genuine character. He's funny, though.
Yeah, we're talking about the English dub premieres, but we really haven't brought up any of the voice actors, but, like, J. Michael Tatum as Ida is so funny. Like, it's just, like, that is so J. Michael Tatum. Like, the characters he does is so, like, but... Midoriya, what about, just like the A+ student?
Yeah, right. The
he does a really good job.
Wants to be the class rep, but like nobody votes for him. And then Midoriya's like, oh,
he does a really good job.
I'll give it to him. He's like, oh, I'm so honored. He's like crying and stuff. And you're like, oh god.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the voice actors. I think they all do like a really good job. Like Todoroki's voice actor and Izuku. I haven't had a problem with like any of the voice actors. They all do a really good job.
I think they're all good. I think Midoriya is like okay. I don't think it's anything great. I don't think it's bad though. I just don't think it's great. But yeah, I think most of them do a really good job. I enjoy All Might's voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever does.
I think that's Sabat, Chris Sabat, who's like Vegeta.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's him.
Oh, okay. That's cool. No, I really enjoy All Might's voice. I think it's cool. In and out of, like, superhero form.
We're the professionals. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, you can double check that one. Yeah. Ada's voice. And then, yeah, I think everyone else does a good job. Bubble Boy or whatever, Rubber Ball Boy, he annoys the crap out of me. So I guess in that sense, it's well done.
Yeah, Christopher Sabat, yeah.
Oh, he does Vegeta too?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Vegeta. I haven't seen Dragon Ball Z. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you just watched that with my brother, huh?
I watch Dragon Ball sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't really know much about that show, yeah.
So yeah, it's good voice acting for the most part. You know, most of the characters, because there are a lot of characters, and they really do try to really. Yeah, the cast. They try to flesh out a lot of characters.
Yeah, and they've had.
I like it though, because then you can kind of like rally behind whoever. I'm still like a super big fan of Shoho, the mind control guy. I think that's
Shoto,
cool.
Yeah. They haven't really, we just got, Todoroki's kind of like backstory. We don't. A lot of the focus on the characters has been like just their powers and the aesthetic. Like if you like this character, you like them because of their powers or how they're designed. Not really because of their character. Like the kid who hardens with his skin. It's like I don't think anyone's like, dude, he's so funny. Like he's had like 2 lines.
I mean, he is kind of funny.
I mean, yeah, but
watching him in like Tetsu.
Yeah, but like he hasn't really had much, outside of that,
Right,
So it's like
you don't know anything about him.
So I think I do think the voice actors do a good job of like bringing voice to these characters and making them feel different, making them like sound different.
Yeah,
and,
I wouldn't disagree with that at all. So.
Yeah. Now we can move on to Pokemon. Pokemon Sun and Moon, episode 12. Everyone goes to the beach again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. I go to the beach every day in Hawaii too. Because this episode this week is jumping to Pokemon. They go to the beach, right?
They go to the beach again, yeah. And
so we get more Team Rocket after having no Team Rocket from the previous episode.
I know,
right?
they like made the last episode was just not them doing nothing, and Jesse was just like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, we get it. Team Rocket's not here, and they'll be the next. Team Rocket's got a big spotlight on this season so far. Mm-hmm. They've taken Team Rocket, kind of seriously, which is how they open this episode. Kind of unexpected. I was not expecting. Oh, okay. Check up on with Giovanni and new assistant girl. Be like, all right. So what have you done so far? And it's like, this is a good point. He should be doing. If we're to think that they're any bit a little serious, it's like, yeah. It's like, what are you doing this whole time? Are you just wasting money building giant mechs and having them blow up?
Yeah, that's what they do every season.
But yeah, it's funny. He checks up on them. And is like, all right, so what did you do? And they're like, we can't mimic you. And they're like, that's it.
Yeah, dude, like that. Mimikyu is so it creeped me out at the beginning, but now I just think it's funny.
Mimikyu's legitimately terrifying.
It is, but at this point, it doesn't scare me anymore. I just think it's funny because it scares all the characters.
It's still scary.
I think it's absolutely hilarious because
it's like, oh yeah, it's funny. I mean, of course it's not. Yeah, it is funny, but it's still kind of creepy,
That screeching noise is a little eerie.
It's and then this episode got out of its costume. It
was, it was
and Meowth sees it again and almost dies.
That was funny.
Yeah,
and then it's all wet and it turns around and you're like, oh gosh.
Yeah, that was a little jump scare they had. Or whatever. That was scary. That was a little scary.
Yeah. No, I appreciate the Mimikyu now.
I just think it's so funny because in the games it's he's not scary. It's creepy but ooh.
It's a little eerie.
Yeah, but it's not actually, they don't ever really try to be scary. Even the whole stuff in the games with that trial, it's just a little weird. It's just ooh, spooky haunted house.
But I mean, if you read some of the entries on Pokemon, they are scary. Like Banetta or something, it was a
the Pokédex
doll, and you're like, what that's
the true
terrifying.
lore of Pokemon. Yeah,
that's creepy. I mean, that's horror movie stuff, right? So it's interesting how they really brought it to life in Mimikyu this series. So that's kind of fun. It's interesting, something new.
But yeah, so back to the beginning. They're like, all right, Mimikyu, and that's it. And they're like, oh, we also caught Beware.
Yeah, and like Beware's just like,
I was like,
there.
Beware kind of caught them, but you know, close enough.
No,
which is so silly still there. I'm waiting for that explanation. I was like, why is Beware like obsessed with Team Rocket?
Right.
Like this episode is like it very like that was like the point of this episode. It was like at the end, it was like Team Rocket was fighting Ash, and it's like, yeah, Ash doesn't have any Pokemon. And then they knock him out with, you know,
and
in that battle.
Like, jumps out of the ocean.
Did he jump out of the ocean?
I'm pretty sure he jumped out of the ocean, yeah.
he just comes and then just takes one. They're like, we're going to win! And then just takes one. So, I mean, like, they're very clearly, like, showing, yep, they would have won. No, Beware just took him away. So, there's got to be some story behind that.
Yeah. It's funny. And the whole... They don't blast off anymore, like, Beware.
Every time he takes them away, they're like, it's our new blast off or something like that.
Yeah, and like one of the episodes, they're like, we want back to like the way things were, you know, the good old days when we blast off into the sky. Yeah. And Beware's like, nope. Yeah.
Oh man, and like its voice, I don't know if it's a guy or girl, but it's very clear like a very like high pitched like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so dumb, but
I love it. I love Beware. It's so funny.
It's starting to grow on me, and I think it's kind of funny. So.
And he just feeds them food.
Yeah.
That was the end of the episode, yeah. But yeah, so Team Rocket gets to the beach because they need to catch more Pokemon. They just go. They decide to go fishing. So like, they just kind of like Ash and his friends kind of like played in the beach. They played in the water, and that's kind of in the egg rattled a little bit. It's like
that was it. They
that was pretty much it. And then
water
until
and then
Team Rocket
and Ash fought.
Yeah, because.
James,
they were all looking for Pokemon. That like
Kukui was like, and they swam out to the rock and they found the Corsola, and Ash was like, I want to catch a Corsola, and then the Marini came and it's like, oh, those have poison, and then they all like freaked out and ran away.
Yeah, and you mentioned when we were watching it, you mentioned like, oh wow, you don't see that many Marini in the games,
right? Yeah,
it's like a swarm.
It's super Marini. Hard. They're like SOS Pokemon only for Corsola, and it's like a small percentage of the time.
And then I was just like, ooh, Corsola 20 Marini.
Yeah, like there's just a million Marinis, and you go, oh god.
I want to catch a Marini.
Yeah, now I'm like, I don't want to catch Marini anymore because they're not rare.
Well, now they're not rare.
Now they're not rare. I don't want them anymore.
Ash is like
they're not rare in the anime, therefore I can't.
I did like how they're like, no, they're poisonous. We should like get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't touch them. You know, they're just like a little more like, no, we're taking this seriously. You know, because like, you know, when like they get poisoned, like James gets poisoned. You know, they end up catching the Marini. Yeah. James get poisoned. James gets poisoned by the Marini and then like looks like a Marini.
Yeah.
And it's like silly, so it's like whatever.
It's so dumb, but it's kind of funny. We brought this is like Cacnea, and then you're like,
that's what
it's like
we're bringing back things clinging to James' face.
Right.
Carnivine would eat James. Cacnea would just cling himself to James. Victory Bell. Just a bunch of plant Pokemon. Marini's like a water plant kind of thing.
Yeah, and now it just like eats his face.
It's not a plant. It's a.
Not like eats it. Yeah.
What is the animal?
Sea urchin.
Or something like.
It's probably in the description if you can pull it up. It's probably like the sea something Pokemon.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a sea urchin or something. Someone who's like a marine biologist.
So yeah, now
the guy I lived with in college, he's probably like, oh gosh, really? You don't know this? Sorry.
So James has Marini now.
Right.
But I think it's funny though. They still kind of just like, oh yeah, and Mimikyu's still there. I'm pretty sure Mimikyu is like James's Pokemon. I don't know whose it is.
Is it James?
It's James. Jesse threw James's luxury ball at it.
Oh, that's right.
And they're acting. Yeah, so they've kind of acted like.
Yeah.
They've kind of acted like it's Jesse's Pokemons, but I don't know who. You know, technically, it's kind of weird that stuff with like, oh, who owns the Pokemon? Because you can like, you know, if, once it's like, I don't know, it's weird because you can just like. The scene I remember is Paul gave his Azumarill to just some girl, and he just gave him the Pokeball. But like when you do a trade, you got to go to the machine, you got to warp Pokeball. Yeah. So it's like I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like who owns Pokemon? Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
True. It's kind of funny. Paul. Oh, was that back in
Sinnoh?
Sinnoh, yeah.
Sinnoh remakes not confirmed. Not about the anime, but
the game.
Yeah. Today we're recording this on the day. The new Pokemon games were announced: Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Right, yeah. Along with Pokken 7, or I don't know what.
Pokken 7, Pokken Tournament, Deluxe.
Oh, okay, yeah, Switch.
I
don't know why 7. Tekken 7. Okay, yeah. There's some kind of 7 in there.
We're happy to announce Pokken 7 for the Switch. Yeah. Wow, that's quite a jump.
Yeah. No, too many sevens. But yeah, so new Pokemon games, cool, confirmed for the 3DS. It'll be fun. I'm excited.
Not really with the anime, but they look cool.
Yeah. So we'll have another.
They'll show or I'm sure we'll see some of that in the anime because they always incorporate stuff like that.
Yeah.
They haven't really gotten into like the, any serious like plot stuff. They showed like Lily's family in that picture frame, but they've introduced Team Skull and stuff, which I like because I liked how they did Team Flare. Yeah, so I liked how they dealt with Team Flare last season. Kinda, they're kind of weird about it. Just like team in X, Y, and Z, they were just like They introduced Team Flare most of the way through Kalos.
Right.
They introduced Team Flare pretty late, and I was just like, Team Flare's doing stuff. What are they doing? But I liked how they did it after the league, and they incorporated with Elaine or Alon and stuff.
Yeah.
So I like how they did it there, but it's nice that they're. Team Skull, Lily, they haven't really talked about the Aether Foundation or any of that stuff, but I like how they're introducing it early, and they're not being no, Team Skull, they're gonna show up. Lily's mom, that's not gonna. I mean, it might happen way later, but
yeah,
I'm just glad they're doing that stuff early.
Yeah.
Earlier and
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I get how they want to save it for the end so they don't have, every episode is just they're doing stuff. Or, every episode we run to Team Skull, but they've been good about that. That was the second time.
Yeah.
We've met Team Skull.
They just seem like punks that,
It's the same people. It was the same three guys that I thought was funny.
Yeah, they hate people with Z moves and stuff like that.
The last episode.
It's interesting.
Yeah, so not much to really talk about. Not much happened in this episode except
it was
for
mainly just Team Rocket.
Except for that Marini's at least level 40. It just beats Pikachu.
Right?
I know it's funny. It's beats Pikachu, and then I can believe it. Beats Rowlet. It's a grass type poison, and then Rowlet's level 6 or whatever, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Pretty weak. But yeah, it's funny. It's we're gonna win this time, and I was like, they are. They're gonna win this time.
Yeah.
And nope, Beware takes them off, and then they're I forget how did it end? Were they just happy? They're it's okay. We have Beware.
Yeah, this will be our new. This will be our new hideout. Yep. Yeah, and then Ash and his friends. They gave the antidote to.
Yeah, and then they play volleyball. With
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just kind of
sounds like the best school ever. I want to go to this school, right?
Where we don't learn and we just go to the beach.
We go fishing, we go to the beach.
Half learn about Pokemon, and that's it. Yeah, Pokemon school.
Oh, we have 2 eggs here. Which one do you want to take care of?
Oh, we're going to school. Oh, you want a Pokemon egg? Just hanging out. Pokemon school, best school. You don't learn anything.
Yeah. So funny.
Yeah, that's pretty much it talking about Pokemon this week.
Right. We can jump to.
So now, kind of maybe a lot to talk about.
Oh, gosh.
Now we're going into Attack on Titan, episode 31. So this is kind of a big episode.
A lot goes down.
Watching it a second time.
Yeah, you've seen it twice. I've seen it once.
Yeah, after rewatching it, I noticed again. I was like, oh yeah, this episode's only 2 scenes, but it's kind of an intense 2 scenes.
Yes, I like how it was only 2 scenes and not a lot. Made the episode seem a little longer, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, pacing's kind of been a problem with Attack on Titan, but I think this is the one episode where you get to I thought the pacing for this episode was fine. I
thought the pacing was fine.
I thought this is the one episode you get 1 scene. It was good. I liked it. I liked this episode. This is where we find out everyone's a Titan.
Yeah, everyone is a Titan, sure.
And the colossal Titan, the mascot of this series is Bertold. One minor character. I love that so much. It's just
that was cool. Where she's these minor characters
are just
that. They're why are these?
Are the faces here? Of the?
Yeah.
It's oh yeah, the colossal Titan. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to talk about that. This, the beginning. Okay, the beginning. It started with the Amir and stuff, and then bringing him in.
Right.
It was kind of just aside from the recap, it was just kind of recap where all right, let's regroup.
Yeah.
We rescued them. So, yeah, and I loved it. And they didn't show it in the recap, but this is the part where they all came in. Aaron was that was my first Titan kill. That was just funny. I like that.
Oh my gosh.
with the gear though, that's the first time he's actually killed a Titan. That was funny. And he's that was the first one, guys. That was it. I thought that was funny.
No, that was funny.
But
His
yeah,
character,
so
though,
kind of just a recap of Amir and stuff.
Right. So
and dealing with that, and they had, there's a little scene with like Historia. She's and what's her name? The girl with the goggles. I forget too many names.
She's like Task Sergeant something.
Yeah, the crazy girl who's actually been like pretty like calm and like serious this season.
Yeah.
Instead of like Bean, my Titan.
Yeah.
My Titan pet.
Oh yeah, she's a freak. Yeah, she's been a little bit more low key.
I actually really like that because it's like, yeah, she's a crazy character, but like this is a serious world. Like this is serious. This is not Attack on Titan Junior High. This is Attack on Titan.
Yes. Yeah. So.
So then I just like their little interaction where she's like, "All right, nice to meet you, Historia," and she talked about like, "Oh, so that's a royal name."
She's a lot more even keeled. I'll say that.
Well, yeah, it was kind of like, because like they're dealing with like a lot of like serious stuff. Be like, all right, so you're not who you say you are.
How old are these people? They're like kids. They're young. They're referred to as kids. Like,
oh yeah, and there's that.
And,
that
and
part
that's what.
Where it's like, what are you kids doing here? And
right.
Like,
yeah.
I was kind of like, come on. They're they're the main characters. They're the smartest characters on the show. What are they not doing here?
I know, but it's still, you'd have to think that they are still kids.
I know. It's kind
of
not
like kids.
They're not in junior
young. Right, but they're young.
Just gotta bring that show up every time.
So that much is.
Yeah, it's like especially coming off of like last episode. It's like, yeah, I like coming out of this episode. I'm like, I feel so bad. Like I don't know if I feel bad, but I just like. I love Connie and like Sasha even more because they're like what they've had to go through, and like they're friends. Like they were friends with Aaron too and everyone. But like we were just with Connie and Sasha and Bertold and the other guy. He's
Rhina,
yeah. It's like they're just with them, and it's like now they're Titans. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, these people we like just got to know a little, like spend more time with, even, Sasha and Connie. They're just kind of like, oh, okay, well, I feel so bad. It's like, oh, well, all of our friends are Titans now.
Yeah. No, that much is funny.
It's kind of like, oh, I feel bad for them. And like Connie, just like Connie's gone through so much. Like if we're talking about people like, and then like it's his village and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. So. Oh man, I love though how nonchalant.
Yes.
Just like
yes. Oh yeah.
I was watching like the volume was like I was watching this pretty casually just the first time The volume was
not expecting much to happen.
Yeah, this was like very much like a regroup. Like the volume was a little lower, and it's like, all right, yeah. So Aaron, can we talk to you? Yeah. So 5 years ago, we tried to destroy humanity, and it was like. Excuse me? What did you say?
What did you say? I'm the Colossal Titan.
Yeah. They're just talking. It's like
and it's just like panning.
Yeah, I just hear Colossal Titan. I'm like, what did he just? What are they talking? Yeah. What did he just say? Like I'm like I couldn't have heard that. Like what? He's just like so nonchalant. Cause like rewatching it, it's like because we don't know a whole lot about what is going on. We'll get to that. Of like Titan wise and like lore wise of Attack on Titan. Like correct me if I'm wrong, but like so far we really don't know a lot.
We don't.
Like how these so they like after this episode we've learned, they're clearly working with Annie, or they were like in some respect.
Yes,
they were helping her.
They were all from the same region or village.
Yeah. And so there's that, but like the way they've acted, because like that was the thing, is like what like clicked. He was just like, yeah, we're almost home, huh? So it was like something with like the hometown or whatever, like triggered in him, and he like went crazy. Like and Aaron was like, hey, you guys are just talking crazy, right? It's like you guys aren't right. And he's like, yeah, we're just talking crazy. It's like, yeah, you guys are crazy. Like what is happening? Yeah, and Bertolt was just like, oh, you want to do this right now? Are we doing this right now? I'm the Colossal Titan. I don't know if people can take this.
That is crazy. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm excited to hear all of the lore and stuff behind this, like where they're from, how they do this.
Yeah, we don't know a whole lot.
Why they attacked. Because they Ryan is like, yeah, we attacked to like ensure mankind's extinction.
Yeah, it's like, what is he talking about?
Right. So,
like,
but that explicitly leads to they're not technically like mankind. They're like a halfsies or something. Like something is going on.
Well,
they're not like full breed men or human.
Well, yeah, they see themselves as different.
Right.
Yes.
So that means that like wherever they're from, there's got to be people different. We obviously know Aaron's different. They rescued.
But like, they took Amir.
They took Amir.
But like Amir, like from how she acted, and especially how they responded. You know, it's like Amir just revealed herself as a Titan. It's like, you know, I keep forgetting his name. What is his name?
Rhina.
Yeah, Rhina. You know, and Bertold, they were like just as surprised. Is what I haven't gone back and rewatched that episode, but like it seems like them and Amir, like they're not, like Amir doesn't seem like she's with them. Like she seems
She
different.
also seems like a very different kind of Titan, but
like she doesn't seem like she's working with them, you know?
Right.
It's like, but they clearly took her, so it's like there's something. And yeah, well that's the thing, is like they took her, but like they also kind of tried to take Eren. Or like they took Eren aside and they're like, all right, so you're a Titan too, so you get this, right? And he's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah. This is very interesting. I don't know what to. Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff.
It'll be fun to find out.
There's
like,
a lot of stuff we don't know,
how.
And I really hope we learn in this season.
Yeah, and like why they put themselves through like 3 years to like put mankind to extinction. And
yeah, it's really crazy right now.
It is, and obviously like Rhina snaps and.
I do. Yeah. So okay. So let's go back. They had the whole flashback scene of like, all right, 12 hours earlier, you know, we were talking, they were all like warned a little bit of like, these two are suspicious maybe, you know, like let's just, you know, Eren was kind of like, come on guys, like, and it's like, I kind of, like part of me is kind of like, you know, you obviously want to be like, Eren, come on, but like another part of me is like, he's kind of got a point.
He's got a point, but
it's like Rhina and Rhina and Bertolt were like, you know, they, you know, who's like just being like, yeah, they're probably Titans too. Is kind of like, whoa, really? You think so? You know, it's like they haven't done a whole lot. You know, like that's what he was saying. He's like, I almost died twice. I mean, the first time, you know, with Annie, you know, he didn't really die. You know, or you know, he wasn't gonna die there. But yeah, it's like interesting to bring up because it's like, all right, like if he was killed in the tower, you know, he's like, I almost got my arm chopped. If he died there, would he have just died? Like, would he have not turned into a Titan to save himself? Like it's so weird. Like what is their thinking?
His secret like so
he like freaked out of like, what if I let myself become? It's like, what is happening?
Yeah,
like,
his character's all over the place.
I know. I have to imagine like,
and the flashback with him where like his friend gets like eaten.
Yeah,
and you're like, why doesn't he just like turn colossal?
I totally forgot.
Kill him?
I totally forgot that was Amir, right?
It ended up like being a mirror.
And but they haven't talked about that. Like that didn't even come up.
That was weird, yo.
There's just so many unknown elements to this.
Yes.
But yeah, so yeah, going to the flashback. So like Annie, I love how they bring up that scene.
So this is like, all the attack that Annie does
in season 1.
Right.
In season 1 of that whole thing, yeah, with Annie, of her coming. And I love how they bring that up. And they're like, yeah, remember how like she just ran away after that? And it's like, remember how that was kind of weird? Yeah. And it's like, yeah, that was kind of weird. We kind of just ignored it and just being like, you know.
Oh, they got lucky or something.
Yeah, this, you know, something must be going on. But it's like, no, that matters. And I like when they do that. But you just have to be careful when you do that. Because then, you know, you can kind of trap yourself of being like, well, there's that other moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't gone back to watch it, but I really liked how they did it. Krista, Historia?
No, not Historia. Historia's screams are driving me crazy. I can't stand to listen to her scream.
I really like all the voice actors. I think they did a really good job.
I'm not saying they're not doing a bad job. I just can't stand her scream. I can't stand it anymore. Ugh.
I'm okay with it. I like it. It feels genuine.
I'm not saying it doesn't. It just drives me up the wall.
I know. I should have like the cast up here, but I do know a lot of I've recognized a lot of the voice actors, or like I know a lot of them at this point. I'm pretty sure that was Bryn April. She was in Noragami is also what we know her from. She was
yeah, I don't mind
she's
her
the main
when she's
girl
regularly talking. Yeah. I don't mind her when she's regularly talking. When she screams though, it's just like it triggers me or something. But I believe Robert McCollum is Rhina, who's also Kogami in Psychopaths. Hey,
that's him. And
I can see. Yeah.
Like I just have to like. It's so funny, like his character, like when he first, like you have to imagine, like him first going in that role of like what the characters are now. It's kind of like he didn't sign up for this, you know, like, or you know, not that he can't do it, but just like what a crazy like turn. Like, all right, so now your character is a psychopath and also the armor titan, but you know, yeah.
It's
I really like all the voice acting and like
right, yeah.
Bryce Paperbrook is Eren. He does a really good job, I think. I think this is like one of his best roles.
Yeah.
He does a really good job as Eren, I think. Like it's just this episode of him just being like like that moment where he just like looked up in the sky with the rain. He's like, I don't like what is happening. Like I don't know what he was going through, you know, what was going through his mind, but It was kind of just like, what is happening right now?
Yeah,
I think all the voice actors do a good job. Is what I'm saying. I don't.
Yeah.
Here, I think they like really, they like just for minor characters. You know, again, talking with My Hero Academia, I think Attack on Titan, they've done a good job of, you know, taking this seriously, because like Bertolt is the colossal titan, but it's like, who is he? Like I don't know him at all. You know, like I don't remember him from season 1. You know, he's just kind of like a background character. But
he was always there. He was like an always background character. Yeah.
I love that he's the colossal titan. I think it's so.
I think it's so funny.
Okay, but yeah, so when what I wanted to bring up is when he freaks out and when they, you know, start to like, when they transform, the flash they do on their faces of like the colossal titan. Oh man, that moment was so good. Like the music ramps up. That was a really cool moment.
That was cool.
That like
the lightning like
watching that again, I was like anxious during that. Like I'm like, oh cool. Man, this is happening. Because like, you know, from like watching season 1, it's like, you know, this isn't, you know, my favorite show ever, but like I'm honestly like really invested in these characters. Like just like especially with Eren and like Mikasa. Like I care about what happens to them. So you don't. No. Yeah, you don't really. You didn't seem to like this episode as much. So you should probably
not as much as you did. No.
Why is that?
I think Eren's a little wimpy. He's a little whiny butt, and it drives me crazy.
I don't know. He wasn't whining that much.
And then Mikasa like freaks out.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, Mikasa just goes to like kill him.
That's so dumb.
I love that. What are you talking about? Why?
Because you've lived with these people for 3 years.
Yeah. And she's
You're
like
honestly trying to tell me that you can't convince them and like de-escalate the situation. Dude, and find out
the colossal. She heard that when they were talking. They like pan over and they show Mikasa's face, and she's like horrified. She's like us. She's like,
she's
what
horrified.
Did they just say?
There's a better. I think there's so much of a better way to go.
Dude,
she instantly reacts with violence.
Dude, in this situation, like they're on the wall, just like them, just like I feel like in this situation, he's the colossal titan, he's the armor titan. These like, that's the thing is like him right there. It's like that's what I was thinking about. It's like if they kill him, like the colossal, like him, the colossal titan, and the armor titan. They're like the reason for this show right now. Like they're the reason all this has happened. Like they started off this show, you know, the armor Titan.
But it doesn't end Titans.
Yeah, you know but like as of we know right now, a little bit, right? Like they're like the most intelligent Titans. So it's like, and he's just like, saying this deadly serious. You know, she's got it in the back of her head, and like, or you know, because from talking earlier and like hearing them say that, and it's kind of like. And then he freaks out. That's the thing, is he freaks out too. It's like, we're doing this. Out. So she's just like, the colossal titan's gonna, you know, like, we're taking him down now. And I actually really like that.
He's gonna leave.
Because in most anime, how many characters stand there and go, oh, and just like, oh, and Mikasa's like, done. Like, I'm gonna take you, and just like slices them. It's like, this is your chance. I don't
blame her, but I just think that's such a...
Like, on her conscience, it's like, even if they're not, it was worth the risk, you know? It's like, they're the biggest threat. They're the biggest threat.
But they're also the biggest opportunity they have to actually end Titans.
Well, that's, like... Wait, what do you mean? Like, talk to them, you know, about, like, stuff? You know, like, interrogate them. Is that what you mean?
Not interrogate them, but... find an opportunity to work with them to literally eradicate Titans.
But they were clearly with the Titans. They're clearly like...
but they're obviously... You can't...
They think... the
part of them
That's what this ended on, is Eren like, you traitors. Because they're attacking them. Like, they're clearly like...
Right. But, I mean, it's still... I don't deny that much. Like, and I think it's bad, but we still don't know why.
Yeah.
We still don't know why. And that's like the biggest thing for me. It's like...
What? Just get to Eren's basement. That's all we need. That'll have all the answers.
Yeah.
I know. I'm unconvinced I have all their answers, but I do want to, like, you know, what's in the basement. They keep teasing us.
That has been the huge... It's in the opening sequence, yeah.
Oh, man. Just that they know. They know what they're doing. They're like, here's the key.
Boom. But it's like, why didn't his dad just tell him right off the bat? Why is it going to be so... Yeah. But I think...
Oh, that's a different issue.
Those two, the two traitors...
So you don't like that Mikasa tried to kill him. Like, what would you like to happen? What would you have preferred?
Try to de-escalate the situation. Like, they're obviously upset.
I don't know, man. He freaked out. They didn't even do anything, and he was the one who freaked out and was like, "Nope, we're doing this," and like took off his...
No, but I think because Bertold. Okay, Bertold and was obviously not down to do this. You know what I mean? So all you have to do is de-escalate one, right? That's all you have to do.
Well, yeah, that's what Aaron was kind of doing. He was kind of like, yeah, like you guys are crazy, right? Let's just go.
Well,
inside.
if you by saying that, Aaron's going, oh wait, no, what you're saying is wrong, or I don't believe you, or I'm not accepting what you're saying, and people go, oh, then you're not a part of this. I don't want to be.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I will say, like, part of me was kind of like, all right, Aaron, play along.
Right, yeah.
Like,
that's what I would
be like, all right, I'm with you guys. You know, like, all right,
yes.
I'll go along with you. Like, you know, yeah, part of me was like that, but, you know, where would that have gone? You know, like, what if, you know, they just leave?
I like seeing that, like, conniving characters, like, I'll play along to see what happens.
No, I will admit, that would have been cool, but, like, if this ends on like Aaron being like, all right, Titan battle next episode, oh man, they just change, they turn and it all goes down, and then they.
But my thing is like these people have answers, you know what I mean? And you, like you said, there is so much about this world that we do not know, and these two people are the biggest opportunity to figure out.
I do like that of like, this is a strange world. But like Aaron knows like just as much as us, you know. It's like they don't know a lot. So I do at the very least like that. And, you know, I can kind of understand it. It's like, you know, they just went through a lot. That was the thing. Yeah. So he was just kind of like, all right, let's just get you guys, you know, underground. Let's just get you guys inside. You know, it's like, all right, we'll talk about this later.
I don't know
you
if
know, and then
the best place to go.
Well, that's what they're. Well, I mean, like, I know what you're saying, but you know, that's what they said. They said they're like, let's get, and I kind of understand that, you know, it's like, you wouldn't want to really change into the Colossal Titan Underground. Like, just saying, like, you're probably gonna like, you're not, I don't know.
Can they change it in Underground? I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, this, I really like.
It's a very exciting episode.
Like next week, like I'm excited. Like, you know, coming in this episode, I was kind of like, all right, you know, we're keeping going.
There's always been action, but
at least they've done.
Hasn't like.
They've done that. They've now grabbed me. They'd be like, all right, time to pay attention.
Right. Yes.
The only thing that would have made this better if Levi was here, you know, just like that would have been. Yes. It's like, oh, Levi, you couldn't. I mean, like he's not in the shape to fight, but you know, he'd just be like, all right, time to fight anyway.
Yes, and something else I'll point out is. These characters have been there. Bertold and Reina have been there
the whole time.
The whole time, especially the past few episodes, they've been the focus. You know?
And I like that they like
so
haven't. We haven't learned a lot about them, you know.
Right, as a viewer, you've learned a lot about them. They've started to grow on you.
Well, yeah.
And so at this point, you're at least somewhat invested in them, and seeing them just like.
It's not it's better than like an extra, right? Because, like, that's what I think is, like, kind of cool is, like, they've kind of, like, tiptoed the line of, like, Bertold. It's, like, I don't really know who Bertold is, but, like, he's in the scenes. Like, I know he's been around. You know, they very clearly, like, showed in first season, all right, here's Aaron and here's his friends. You know, here's the other people.
Yes.
You know, and they, like, introduced them. It's like, it was better than just, like, I'm an extra. And like I'm also the Colossal Titan. Yeah. Well, yeah, Annie, I mean, you're kind of right. Like, Annie was even they, like... I think that was like the thing with Annie is like I predicted she was the Titan. I don't know if that was trying to be like a secret or not, but you know I predicted like as soon as a female Titan I was like it's like Annie. It was like I was like it's either Annie or someone weird because they're not doing the obvious thing, but they did the obvious thing. So like I think not focusing on Annie was like and she looks like the Titan, so it's like it made it kind of obvious. Yeah. And then Reina. Looks kind of like the armor Titan, which I think is funny too. Yeah. With his hair, it's like
yeah, you really get that one at the end of the scene in this latest episode.
I mean, Colossal Titan kind of looks like Bertold. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, not really. I mean, he's tall.
I love that so much though. That just like now he's a big deal. Yeah. That's the thing. Is like now it's like it's kind of cheap, character-wise. You'd be like, all right, well now he's a big because like Colossal Titan is just the Colossal Titan. It's like the Colossal Titan's done so much, but that like. All right, here's what you should care. It's like, just like going into the next episode, like I can't wait to see what happens.
Yes, it's very exciting.
It ended on a really good note, I think, and like, just the way
it's a good cliffhanger.
The way, like, just the way this episode went, I just thought was really good. I thought it was a really well paced.
I like the pacing a lot more in this episode.
Good dialogue, good music. I really like this episode. I thought this was a strong episode. But yeah, you can't. I would really like maybe a little less. No more 1 or 2 scene episodes, maybe. I mean, I know they don't have a lot of time, but I mean, there's only 12 episodes, so we just haven't done a whole lot, because this is episode 6. Yeah. We're halfway
done with the season.
We're halfway done.
Barely just got to.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, here we go. I hope this is the point where
it better be action packed for the next 6 episodes.
Or just like we get somewhere, because it's like it feels like a lot of this is all right. So we got to go there. All right, so we're gonna go there. So we got to go there. Like they just keep talking about what to do.
Yeah, and in the whole series, it's kind of like, oh, there's Titans inside the wall. So it starts this season. You know what I mean?
We'll put a blanket over them. We'll put a blanket over the Titans.
We got to find the wall breach. There's no wall breach. And then they just keep, that's literally been like the thing for 6 episodes. It's like, oh, there's a hole in the wall. No, there's not.
And that's all they've done. And then
that's
Well, then we've learned about Amir and Historia, but I wasn't really a big fan of like that whole like backstory episode. That was weird. That was last episode, yeah.
Yeah. Again, it was very much focused on not Aaron and not what's blonde boy's name?
Armin.
Armin, that's what I was going for. I like his character.
Armored Titan. He's the Armored Titan. Oh wait, no, it's not. Okay.
No, I like his character this season because he's that smart kid and he's been a little bit less of a wimpy boy.
Well, yeah, but that was season 1. It was, season 1. It was them all just being like, all right, we're rookies. Oh, Aaron died. Oh, now he's back. Like all this crazy stuff happened.
Yeah.
So I liked how how they've been.
Yeah,
I like how
smart.
I liked how they've used the main characters,
right?
And they haven't put a focus on them, which I have liked.
Yes. So I like how Armin is always like, okay, I consider Aaron's point, but I'm not gonna be like super emotional about it because that's how I feel Aaron is. He's way too emotionally just like vocal about it, and it's just kind of like, okay, just be quiet.
Right now we need Aaron just being like, no. I love at the end of that he was just like thinking back to just like to bring up the last point of just Aaron of just him, because like he did say like, oh, Rhino was like he's like a big brother to everyone, but it's like they weren't that close, but to him it was just kind of like okay, the Colossal Titan and the Armored Titan, like those, the 2 like huge deals, like they're the reason his mom died and like all those people died. Is like something like he's like finally taking in. It's kind of like, that's what just those quick scenes where it's just these are just people like, we didn't know them that well, but it's like they're just with us this whole time. They're just here. They're just helping out. It's like they're just with us this whole, and like him, I can understand how he just feels so betrayed. I'm just being like not even him personally, but just like, forget if you're crazy. You guys are the reason for like my parents dying and all, like that whole section being. It's like you just can't take that so lightly. So he's just like, you traitors, and just goes to Titan form. I love how they just end on that, and I just thought that was really strong. And being like, yeah, I totally agree with Aaron. Of just him being like, because like he wasn't that close, but I can see how he would feel so betrayed and so hurt because it's like, yeah, it's like. Just these people were among you, and it's like you didn't know,
Yeah.
I just like how they took the betrayal from that standpoint. I'm just like, I believe how Aaron is like, Aaron's all about killing Titans, but it's like this is a big deal, It's like that's the thing. It's like this was such a like, just like a low key episode. No, this is like a huge thing that they just like have now let out.
Yes, no, it's definitely a very very big deal.
It's a big because just like. I know we don't know a whole lot about the Titans, but that's what I was saying earlier. Is like these are the 2 as so far as we know. Like these are the 2 most powerful Titans. Like we have the Beast Titan now. There's him, but like the Colossal Titan was like the one. So now it's like, it's a big deal. It's just like these are the 2 guys.
Which makes you think the Beast Titan is probably the same as them because he can talk.
That's the thing is the Beast Titan was just kind of like, oh, humans. I haven't seen humans in thousands of years. So it's like, who is this guy?
Yeah. It's... I don't know. I'm not super invested in the whole traitor thing. I don't know. It's kind of just like, because they are the reason, but then again, it seemed like they were there to help extinction of mankind, but they also weren't the ones actually killing people.
They let it happen. Like
they are
purposely
the reason.
Tried to let it. It wasn't even just
they let it happen, and they were the reason that it happened. Yeah. But they weren't the ones actually killing. That
doesn't make it any better.
It does make it better. It does.
It doesn't make it.
It does make it better.
They're the reason it like they're the sole reason.
Right. And again, we don't know why. We don't know why. I will keep harping on it because again, we have no idea. Because they're obviously away from home, and Rhina does not want to be away from home.
I liked Rhina, man, but all I can say now is next episode, I'm rooting for Eren, man. Like I don't want like.
I'm still rooting for Rhina.
You're rooting for them.
Yep.
You're rooting for the humanity's extinction. All right, well.
No, it's not. It's not humanity's extinction.
It's whatever plan they have.
I want to find out about that. I don't want to have this just be they die. Like Mikasa kills them. It's like that was like the best. It's not like the show would be exciting.
Of course,
it's just like here's this.
Okay, of course that wasn't gonna happen. I was just saying how I liked how she did that and didn't stand.
But you see how like genuine Bertold was. You could obviously like talk to this guy and like see why and get answers
from their
and help
from their perspective, Bren. It's not worth the risk, man. He's the colossal titan. Yeah. He could wipe out humanity if he wanted to. Just done.
Right. He can if he wants to.
Yeah.
So why don't you get him on your side? That's my whole point. But this guy will
it's
destroy everything and everybody if he wants to.
It's too late.
To me, it's the pen is greater than the sword because if you can win this without fighting, and don't get me wrong, I am a huge big fan of action, but this guy obviously has feelings and sympathy and wants to be home and is attached to Rhina and all these things, and it's like obviously like you just said, they can destroy everybody and anything.
I get what you're saying, but from Mikasa's perspective, in her mind, in a lot of the other characters' minds, if you have this shot in this one instance, he freaked out, you have the chance, you take that shot. I get that, and I'm okay with that. Right. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I understand what you're saying, but in this moment, right here, you take the shot. Like you don't he's the colossal. Maybe we can like reason with him. It's like, right, boom, slit his throat. Like this is the chance, do it. Like we don't want to risk that we could all die. It's like we could all die right here. It's like, and then it's like, it's like maybe humanity could live. We're all dead. Like
they could have done it at any time though.
But like if they all died, like then his secret would be kept. It's like Colossal Titan kills them all. All right, goes back.
Right.
So it's like,
but he obviously doesn't want to be there anymore. So he's not. I mean, he wants to. I don't know, man. He wants to be home. He doesn't want to.
We gotta wait 16 more.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it for today. Yeah. So let us know what you thought of this week's episode of Attack on Titan, Pokemon, My Hero Academia. Let us know what you thought, and or any feedback you wanna provide for any feedback you want to give us for this podcast.
Right.
We'd love to hear.
Right.
Any feedback.
Yeah.
Would be appreciated, and any shows or topics you want us to talk about in the future. Just let us know. And,
or any points we missed.
Any corrections. So all the shows we talked about this week, you can find them in the description. And thank you all so much for listening, and you'll hear from us soon.
Yeah.
See you later.